Yet, Coach, you had 21 first downs and they only had 10, and yet you couldn't, results are kind of the same on offense. Just talk about why you're continuing to struggle on offense to put points on the board.
Yeah, I'm sick of being up here saying the same thing over and over again. The opportunities are there, and at some point we got to take them. There's no excuses. We've been in every single game, and we got to win these games. As a team, as the offense, defense, everybody, we've been in these opportunities. We've had these opportunities. We've been in these situations, and it's frustrating being up here having to say the same thing because, like I said, those opportunities are there, and we got to make them. We got to make them. It's that simple. It's the NFL. It's going to be hard. You got to, especially close games, which we've been in, you got to come through and win those games.
Nate, you're right. Do you just feel at some point you don't really have much margin for error on either side of the ball right now?
I mean, in the end, you always want to have perfect plays. You always want to have great things happen. Unfortunately, we're just not converting on third down. That's kind of holding us back a little bit. Like you said, we had a lot of first downs. We held the ball for a long time, but we got to score points, and we got to take advantage of those opportunities.
Nate, just what'd you think of how Brett played? I think he threw it 45 times today.
He did good. He went in there and he stepped up. Hasn't had a lot of practice, and I think he wasn't phased. He wanted to keep grinding and keep working. Obviously, the 2 picks are unfortunate. That's always a very big stat in how you win and lose games, but that does happen at times. And I thought he did a good job.
2 for you, coaches. First on the injuries, specifically Barron and Mike, and any others?
We had Mike Boone. He's got an ankle. Barron Browning with a hip. And Cam Fleming with a quad. So more guys getting banged up. We got to stay healthy.
And then your defense continuing to put up winning performances. How do you, I guess, I don't say reward them, but keep from getting divisive in there maybe?
In the end, we win and lose as a team. They all know that. That's part of it. We have to hold each other accountable. And those opportunities, like I said, I know it's kind of a broken record, but they're there. And we got to capitalize on them. It's that simple. And once we start doing that, I think we'll be able to see this thing turn around a little bit. But until then, it's going to be the same story. In a close game, and we got to go. We have to find a way to win that damn thing. Sorry, didn't know if I was allowed to say that.
Nate, I think the third quarter you opened with 6 straight passes. I guess what did you want to accomplish coming out of the locker room, and what do you put your finger on just the lack of scoring production in the third quarter so far this season?
We had a couple. I think we had a couple runs in there. Some of the situations determined that we had to pass the ball. Thought we had some good passes that we could still dial up to try to get some movement down the field. Wanted to get back into the red zone, and those things. Some of those were there. Some weren't. But we got to do better coming out of the half. That's been another thing that has kind of slowed us down a little bit. But again, I think in the end, it's that third down mark. The third down wasn't good enough. We got to be better there.
I guess at 2-5, how much has the heat turned up on this season?
The heat's always on. I mean, anything you want to always try to give yourself a chance to get to the playoffs. We're behind the 8 ball right now at 2-5, and we got to fight ourselves out of this hole.
Coach, the shot there to Cortland at the end, just kind of what'd you like from that play call, and what'd you see there?
We knew we were going to get some form of a man coverage from them, so we had a man beater on. We ended up having a matchup with Cortland Sutton, one of our best players, and we wanted to take a chance at that one. So because of the way they played everything on the inside, Rip decided to go to him, and we had, again, another opportunity there. We got to fight for it and get it. And, I mean, hey, I don't mind that decision by Rip because it's Cortland Sutton. We always want to give him an option to go up and get it.
Coach, recognizing it's only 7 games in, but would you consider surrendering play calling just to widen your lens to maybe try to shake this thing up?
I think we'll always look at everything. I always look at myself first and foremost. If there's something that we all agree that I might hold the team back or anything like that, sure. I don't think that's the case. I think there are plays to be had there. I think we have been in and out of the huddle. Everything, the communication has been really good. But we'll look at everything. We'll always look at everything to try to improve and help this offense.
Did you see the pass interference? Get a good look at the pass interference, 3rd and 18.
The one on K1? I did not get to see it. I was getting ready for the next drive. I heard everybody screaming and yelling, though. So I'll be able to check that on tape and see how it was.
Coach, looking ahead, do you expect Russ to play next Sunday, and how will you come to that decision?
He's trending in that direction. He did everything he could to try to be there, but it was just a little early with that short week. So hopefully we'll see him out there, and if not, we'll be smart with him too.
Nate, you're right. Just because you have a long trip tomorrow, will it impact how you do some of the injured guys?
I think so. We're going to have to talk about it. George, myself, Vince, our whole medical team. We'll have to get a feel. When you have 3 guys that are injured, want to see the severity of that, where that exists because of the long trip. See if they'll even be available as we move forward. So we want to be sure we're smart with the guys. Okay. Thank you very much, Coach. Thank you.